Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, where we're checking out a brand new release from ROC Hobby, the Magnum 1/18 scale vintage American style truck. But I know what you're thinking, Gav, you're a bit late to the party. There's been a few of these unboxings already. Yes, and that's why I wanted to do something a little bit different. See, there's lots of unboxings of these now, and I thought, hey, one of the big cool things about these highly detailed little trucks is you can modify them. So in this episode, I modified mine up and made it an old beater. So if you'd like to see that, stay tuned. Hit it, Charlie. So let's unbox it and take a look at what you get for your money. Now, as normal, if you've watched a million of these ROC Hobby unboxing, you get a lovely storage case, very hard kind of protector, brilliant for stacking if you've got multiple ones of these. This one, let's open it up. The only thing that's a little bit different to this one is they've actually made it now where you have the transmitter in the box and it kind of sits into the bed a little bit. Nothing super special on this. We'll just go through what you get basic as fast as I can. Transmitter's pretty standard. You've got the usual controls. It has lights as well. Nothing super special about that. Front looks like a car. It's got sort of LED lights and stuff in it. Does the job. It's not full size, but hey, it's foam. It's good enough. And obviously if you're taking it out and about, then it's not being massive, so it fits in your bag quite nicely. The battery tray is a bit of a strange one. You actually get a second cover and then it uses AAA's, 4 AAA batteries. But it does the job. Obviously you can upgrade it if you want to. Then you get the usual kind of standard USB charger. Nothing special there. And you get an Allen wrench as well. The battery itself is the same that we've seen from them for ages. The 7.4, 380 milliamp. These last for ages in these. And the good thing is that you can swap them between all your different ones as well. So you probably got a couple of those. You just shove them in your pocket when you go out and you could be driving for a good, I don't know, hour with a couple of these. No problems at all. And the truck itself. Now, obviously, I've modified mine. It doesn't come like this, but it still fits in the box. No problem at all because I haven't changed any of the actual dimensions of it. So this is what I did to it. Now, I am no painting up expert whatsoever, but I thought I would give it a go. And being that this truck is kind of that old style, and we've seen lots of kind of versions in real life of beat up trucks and things, it's actually quite easy to take off a few screws. Now, to remove the back cab, as it is totally separate, is only 4 screws, and then you pull off the wires, and then you can take it off. Same with the bonnet. There's only 2 screws. To get into the bonnet, it's in here. So you just undo those 2 screws. You can take out these bits. I deliberately broke one. You can take out the chrome bits and then you can take it off. You can dismantle the whole cab if you like. No issues with that at all. Doors don't open on this one, but you do get a kind of basic dash and steering wheel. So you could dismantle it and put some things on the dashboard as well, like papers, magazines or something like that. Chassis is, the chassis rails are metal. This is all standard stuff that we've seen from ROC Hobby already. Friction shock, so it was a bit wobbly wibbly. But what I really like about this the most is you get a proper bed. So you have a full size bed. So for the realism aspect of it, you can fill it up with anything you like. Here's a bit of rocks and stuff. Let's close the lid. Close the bonnet, sorry. And so for painting it up, what I did was I picked up these. So basically you've got primer, standard primer in grey, but also what works really well is this primer in red, and it finishes very flat. So between the two of them, I masked it off, painted it up, and then I just sanded down sections. I just sanded them down, And then the actual bonnet, I actually did the primer. I did a bit where as if it was damaged, and then I blew it over as if it's from another car. But because you're trying to make it old and weathered, you don't have to be perfect with it. One aspect that worked really well that I was happy with is if you look at this wing, it's got like this white stuff on it. What I did is I actually painted with Tamiya white, painted the whole thing, let it dry, then sanded it all back, and it's kind of left this sort of white stain, which I really like. That works well. The only thing that I would do, you know, carrying on from this, is where it's actually, I've weathered it through, sanded it through, you start to see the undercoat and the plastic. That works okay, but going in and touching it in with a bit of silver and then like doing rust, what I would do after this is like the base starter. This didn't take long at all, to be honest with you. Is you can go in and start drilling little holes and then making rust, and then you can actually get like metal paint which you paint on, which then goes rusty. So I might do that, but I just wanted to, that took me to get to this level, took me about 2 hours. So I would put another 2 hours into it and you could raise the level completely. What you could also do is start looking for other 1/18 scale bits and pieces to fill up the truck. You could, it'd be nice to have some like crates and things in the back. I've seen some people talking about putting a hitch so you could have it as a towing vehicle. Another thing I did was I took one of the wheels off and did it in silver, because obviously it looks like it's been replaced, and I had some random stickers left over that I just put on as well. And then I, you know, weathered all the front. And, you know, it's okay. It looks, in real life, it actually looks quite good. I'm surprised. I'm happy with it, even though I could spend another 2 hours on it, really lifting it and getting the rust, drilling out some of the holes at the bottom of the doors, putting more rust into it. And that, I think, is the essence of these, is that you could do pretty much anything you wanted with them. You could actually change the back bed, make your own bed, because it's only 4 screws to remove it. You can take the lights off and you could actually do a flat bed on the back. And then if you can get a 1/18 sort of pickup aspect, or do some wood on the sides, you know, you could do loads with these. And I think that's one side of it I wanted to show in this video, more than just unboxing it and showing a mint example of it. All the electronics pretty much the same as before. Everything is underneath here. The battery sits in the little tray at the back. So if you get the transmitter, you can turn it on, and then you've got LED there. If you take the truck, you've actually got like low beam, high beam, and then off. Also on the rear you have lights. I've actually deliberately left this one off, so that's kind of reverse, and then when you brake and stuff like that. Now it's not, this is more of a Shelf Queen trail truck. You can't take this crawling really, the angles are just not there, but it's more for show. But I love this rolling aspect of it, because if you put some weights in the back of it, it kind of leans a little bit and it just adds to that realism. So really this is for someone who wants to do a scale kind of rig, and I really like it. I'm really super chuffed with it. Now I'll take it out for a bit of a spin, but yeah, it's not exactly a high performance RC.
TV.